Good day, grade 12 students. Welcome to Inquiries, Investigations, and Immersion class. So today we are going to discuss the second section of your IMRAD paper, which is the methods, understanding ways to collect data. By the way, what is a method? According to Merriam-Webster, a method is a systematic procedure or a technique. It is also a systematic plan, and it is a process of doing something. Methods has something to do with the procedure that must be done systematically to successfully do something. In the context of research, methods is not just about gathering the data, but it also requires clear and detailed procedure on how you have to gather the needed data for your study. Thus, methods is the section of your paper, of your study, that allows you to plan the process that you will take to get the answer to your research problem. We have also method subsections. Number one is your research design. Second one is the sample and sampling. Third is the instrumentation and scale. Fourth is the data gathering. And fifth is the statistical analysis. Okay. Design. Your research design is important to ensure that the gathered information will really help you answer the research problem in a clear and efficient way. We have here different research designs. It can be qualitative or quantitative. It can be descriptive, associational, or intervention. And which design should you use? Choosing a design for your research depends on your goal or purpose. And in descriptive research, we will only collect knowledge about the phenomenal current state and to explain one exists in relation to factors in a situation. Hence, a descriptive research is not, okay, it's not about determining the variable of two variables. Okay, when you determine the variable of two variables, that's already correlational. Okay, this is only done in correlational studies. Second one, observe changes based on intervention. Descriptive research is not observing changes based on intervention because this is only done in experimental research. The third one, descriptive research is not discovering a definitive answer or disprove a hypothesis. And what is a descriptive research? Okay. Observe the variable or subject in completely natural and unchanged environment. The second one, use instrumentation for measurement and observation. And the third, use data to give important recommendations and develop a more focused study. This current design is recommended for our current situation, which is the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. Since development of instrument and data collection using survey will not require physical interaction, with the help of Google Forms, your safety is still our utmost concern even when we conduct our research during this time of pandemic. Yes, you are going to make or create your questionnaire using Google Forms. You're going to interview using Google Forms via online. Okay, the second one, we have the sample and sampling. Population is an infinite collection of individuals or objects with specified class or characteristics under consideration. Since it's infinite, observing the entire population can be difficult should do physical limitations. Okay, like money, time, and other resources. And what should we do then? Okay, we have here the target population and sample. We have to get a sample from the population. Okay. By the way, what is a sample? A sample is a finite or limited collection of individuals or objects from the population. This limited number of people must be enough to represent its population. How will you get a representative, acceptable sample size? Okay, we have a solution here. There is a formula, that you can use. We can use the Sloven's formula, where n is equal to the number of samples, that's the small letter n, and the capital letter N equals the total population, and the small letter e is the margin of error. We have also two main types of sampling techniques. We have the probability and non-probability. Probability is if the population has equal chance to be selected in the sample, while non-probability, population has no equal chance to be selected in the sample. What are the four common types of probability and non-probability? Let's start first with the probability. We have the simple random, the stratified random, systematic random, and cluster. And under non-probability, we have convenience, purposive, quota, and snowball. Let's proceed to the third one, which is the instrumentation and scale. Instrumentation is a process by which you develop your research instrument. And the research instrument, okay, if musical instruments are used to make music, research instruments are tools used to measure your variable. This is the instrument that you will use to measure your variable and collect the data that you needed for your study. For a descriptive research, we can use a questionnaire and or a test as a research instrument. And to get an accurate data, research instruments must have these two qualities. We have the validity and reliability. Validity refers to how well a method calculate what it is supposed to ensure as an instrument. And reliability refers to the consistency of measurements, results, and the extent to which they are accurate, error-free, and stable. Thus, research instrument must be both valid and reliable. Okay, what are the three types of validity? We have content validity, construct validity, and phase validity. Content validity, this refers to the extent of how the research instrument measures the important and essential dimensions of the variable. A table of specification, or the TOS, that identifies the domain of test measured by the instrument is also a useful tool. Second one, we have the construct validity. It assesses whether an instrument really represents the variable that you are measuring by observing other indicators or variables that are related with it. And the third one, we have face validity. It is seen to be the basic type of validity since it is correlated with the highest degree of subjectivity. It is used to quickly eliminate poor quality research in the initial stage of the study. We have also the three types of reliability. The first one is the stability. Second one is the homogeneity, and the third one is the scorer reliability. Okay. As a statistical analysis can be used to determine if an instrument is reliable. Okay, let's start first with the stability. It can be said that an instrument is reliable if the same result is obtained upon re-administration of the instrument to the same sample. This is also called the test-retest method. And the statistical tool used is the Pearson's R. Next one, we have homogeneity. This type of evidence is also called internal consistency. A research instrument has internal consistency if the different items in the test are measuring the same construct. The statistic used, or the statistical tool used, is the Cronbach's alpha. And the third one, we have scorer reliability. It refers to the degree of agreement of okay. It refers to the degree of agreement, okay, if the same instrument was used. It is also called as the iterator reliability. Okay, this is the degree of agreement of the raters. And the statistical tool used is the Cronbach's alpha, or the Cohen's kappa, or the Cohen's K. This is often assessed using when the judgments are quantitative, or the analogous statistic called Cohen's kappa when they are categorical. We have also here the types of survey questionnaires. We have number one, the multiple choice. Multiple choice, like they have choices like A, B, C, D, E, and so on and so forth. Rating scales from 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 and so on. We have also here the Likert scale. Measure the respondent's opinion or feelings toward specific topic. And we have also demographic. These are questions that pertain to the respondent's basic information like the gender, age, social status, income level, occupation, and such. We have also ranking. It asks respondents to rank the given choices based on their preference. The type of survey question that you will use on your study still depends on the data that you needed for your research. Okay, now you're ready to construct your questionnaire. And in order to do that, you must follow these steps. Number one, we have to review all related literature to see if an already prepared questionnaire is available similar to your topic. It will save time and effort required to construct an entirely new questionnaire. Changes can be made as the study demands. Just properly cite the source where you got the prepared questionnaire. Second one, you have to decide what information should be sought that will give the data needed to answer your research problem. Number three, you have to construct questionnaire items. Each item must be developed to measure a specific aspect of objectives or hypotheses. The fifth one, you have to re-examine and revise the questions. Questionnaires should be scrutinized for any technical defects. Retest your questionnaires. It helps in identifying and solving the unforeseen problems in administration of questionnaires, such as phrasing, sequencing, the length of the question, and others. Final editing of the questionnaires. To ensure that every element passes inspections, to content, form, question sequence, spacing arrangement, and appearance must be checked for accuracy. Next one, we have the characteristics of a quality question. Number one, we have, okay, clear objective, clearly related to the research question. Number two, we have simple language. Questions do not have excess words and jargons are avoided. Three, we have clear concepts. Questions are easy to understand and answer. The fourth one, without bias. Question is not biased, and when opinion is asked, an alternative response like no opinion or I don't want to answer is provided. Next, we have adequate answer options. The predefined responses are appropriate and adequate to answer the question. Next, we have shorter questions. Questions must be short and simple as possible. Next, single questions at a time. Question addresses only one issue or concept. The next one, we have affirmative sentences. Question is not negatively framed. Next, mathematics should not be imposed. Question does not require one to compute as much as possible. And the last one, it must be short and clear reference period. Question reference must be clearly stated, and the reference question must be just after or before it. And if possible, just avoid question reference. And the data collected through your questionnaires can be classified based on the scales and measurement. Classification of data obtained from your questionnaires. Okay, we have nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and a ratio scale. And the fourth one, we have data gathering. This will show the process that you have followed in collecting the data. And the fifth one we have is statistical analysis. This will be employed to remove the biases by interpreting the data statistically. It will be further explained on our next meeting, the fourth one and the fifth one. Okay. Thank you for listening. That's all for today, and have a good day.